Hello everyone, I'm doing this video because I'm constantly being asked questions about starting a New Game Plus at level 100. I'm sorry if you hear air through my mic. I live in Australia and as you most doubtly realize, it is fairly hot here, so I'm currently sitting in between two ceiling fans. Now, on one of my last videos, somebody asked me a question about starting a New Game Plus. This question related to being able to or having to actually complete all quests before starting a New Game Plus. As you probably can see here, I'm at level 100. I've been playing for over 64 hours and 14 minutes. For further proof that this is not a New Game Plus. As you can see, every single quest has been finished, and to prove that this is indeed a game starting from level 1, it'll take me a while to actually get to the quest, but just bear with me. Once I get to it, I'll show you. I'm looking for a Pacific monster quest. Well, okay, it's this exact monster quest here. This is basically the very first witch's contract that you get in the game. It is the Devil by the Well. Now, as you can see, it is a level 2 quest. So if this was indeed a New Game Plus, there is no physical way that this quest could be a level 2. Because as you can see, if you started a New Game Plus, say if you started a New Game Plus at, say, level 55, this quest would be a level 57 quest. So there's that. Now, to go with the answer to the other question, just bear with me, it'll take some time to actually find the Pacific quest I'm looking for. The quest is called Something Ends, Something Begins. As you probably can see, I have to search all the quests to actually find it. So just bear with me. To complete every single quest in the game, it's about 268, maybe even more. Okay. This quest is basically the very last quest in the base game. This quest, there's no way she can't actually do this quest. It is the very last quest. It's after Ciri enters the tower in Skellige, and she battles the White Frost, or whatever you like to call it. Once she's defeated it, the screen will go to black just before the door opens. Then you'll end up in Vizima, talk to the Emperor, and then you go to White Orchard, depending on whatever you've done. After the White Orchard scene, if you took Ciri to see her father after the Battle of Kaer Morhen, and you sided with Dijkstra, she will become a Witcher. Because if you sided with Dijkstra, Radovid is dead, and the Emperor of Nilfgaard gets killed. Ciri becomes a Witcher. If you didn't side with Dijkstra, you killed Dijkstra, and you killed Radovid, and you've taken Ciri to see her father, she becomes an Empress. If, however, you killed Dijkstra, killed Radovid, and did not take Ciri to see her father, she becomes a Witcher. If you did not take part in the assassination of Radovid, and did not take Ciri to see her father, she still becomes a Witcher, and Radovid is ruler. So depending on your decisions that you've made through the game, events play out differently in White Orchard. So after, in any circumstance where Ciri is about to become a Witcher, you go and see the swordsmith master who creates a sword for her. Now, you don't necessarily have to go and give her the sword straight away. You can actually go to back to Velen or Novigrad, and if you've unlocked the rune right, you can actually go to him, add 3 sockets onto the sword, and put whatever you want on the sword. So after you've done whatever you've wanted to do, and then go to the inn in White Orchard, a cutscene will play. Once that cutscene plays, and the end credits play, you end back. When you come back into the game, you're back at Kaer Morhen. Then, and only then, can you make manual saves. Now, not that you can't make manual saves before that, but you can make manual saves before that. After you have ended up in Kaer Morhen, after all of that, if you have auto saves before that point and you make a manual save, Any autosave that's made before you make that manual save is locked behind that manual save unless you delete them. That is the point. From that point, you can start New Game Plus. The last physical quest in the game, this includes the Heart of Stones and the Blood and Wine expansion. The very last quest in the game, bear with me because it'll take me some time to find it, is this one. This is the very last quest in the game. Then after this quest plays, depending on your choices, in the base game, say if you're a romance Triss, you'll meet Triss at Corvo Bianco. If you romance Yennefer, she'll end up there. But if you try to romance both Yennefer and Triss, depending if Ciri is Empress or Witcher, or if Ciri is dead. In either one of those situations, if Ciri is a Witcher or the Empress, Ciri turns up. If you made bad decisions regarding Ciri and Ciri is believed dead, the person who comes to Corvo Bianco is Dandelion. Okay. Now, if you go to the world map, you see how your suggested level here is 35. Now, you don't necessarily have to be at level 35 when you get here. If you play your cards right, you can actually be at level 50 when you finally get here. However, if you're at level 50 when you come here, what initially will happen is this gear, as you probably can see, which is an excellent example. When I was playing my first run, I was at level 50 when I did the Gion's quest. Whatever level your character is at when you do that quest, this armor gets scaled up to that. For prime example, I was at level 50 when I did this quest. As you probably can see with this sword too, which is reward for that quest line. I was at level 50. But the only real problem about being at level 50 when you get to Beauclair or Toussaint is the Viper gear is level 39 and the Grandmaster gear is at level 40. Okay then. As you probably can see now, this sword is a reward for doing the Skellige Gwent quests in Toussaint. So what I'm trying to get at is majority of the rewards that you get in for completing quests and so on and so forth in Toussaint or Beauclair normally scale up to whatever character level you are. Then you also have the sword. Now, this sword is a reward for doing where the wolf and cat play quest. It's a free DLC. So I'd suggest when you're starting a new game plus to try and leave that quest for the very, very, very last thing that you do, which also includes which also includes the armor and swords I have on. Now, I get many questions about this armor set I have on. Now, as you can see, it's at level 98. Now, to get this gear, in the quest, the Knight of Long Fangs, I'll show you it. In the quest, the Knight of Long Fangs, bear with me, it'll take me a while to actually get to it. Once I find this, I'll turn the music down a bit so you can hear me slightly better. Sorry if it's been annoying you. Okay. Once you get to this quest, you've got two choices. Either you can choose to go with Regis and go and see Damien, which will take you to the Land of a Thousand Fables. If you talk to Sienna and you pick all the positive selections, and then when it comes to meeting up with Anna Henrietta, and you choose the positive selections there, everybody lives except for Dettlaff, as of course he dies. However, if you choose to go and see if you go and choose to see the woman that Oriana, if you choose to go and see her and help her, you can go and see the unseen vampire, the unseen elder. Now, on your very first run, I always suggest that you sacrifice Ogierd so you can get the best saddle in the game. Now, I always suggest that you go and see the Unseen Elder because by doing them, yes, you're essentially picking the worst endings of the Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, but you're getting the best rewards that will help you for later on. Now, when you go and see the Unseen, when you're in the cave, when you're there, the only item you should pick up is the silver sword, as that item will disappear. Once you're at, say, level 98, go back to the cave and pick up all the gear, because all the gear will scale up to whatever level you're. Hold up, I'll just turn the volume down a bit. So, as I was saying, when you do go and see the Unseen, which is here. So once you're at a specific level, say level 98, you want to be at level 98 because Arendite and the gear that I have on, as you probably can see, it's 98, 98, 98, 98, 98, and obviously not 98. So, what my suggestion is once you're at a level you want to be, any level over level 61 will mean that your legendary Viper gear or your legendary Grand Moss gear will be at level 100. Okay then. So if you want your gear to be at level, your Viper and your Grand Moss legendary gear to be at level 100, you need to start a game at least, a new game plus, at least level 61. Now, in order to get Arendite, Arendite is the reward for there can only be one. Just bear with me, I'll have to find it again. Okay, this is the quest that you get for Arendite. So I suggest that you complete it, but you don't go to the lake until you're at, say, any level over 61. But if you wanted to be at level 98, which is the level that, which is the actually max scale up level that Arendite scales um, to only go and see the hermit once you've actually done everything that you want to do with it. So how to actually pass this quest is when you start Blood and Wine, you can either spare or kill the Shamal. If you spare it, you're showing compassion towards it. Another way of showing compassion is when you go to see Regis for the first time, and then you go and try and lift the curse from the spotted white, who is you lift the curse. If you lift the curse, that is who you see right here. That is who the spotted white turns into. She's Molina. If you convince her to stay at your house, you showing compassion for her. Then there's another quest which involves noises in this cemetery. If you don't lie to the contract giver, just tell him it wasn't monsters. It was just a marriage spat. That's showing honesty. Then when you come to the brothers that his father has split, he's still to try and get the sons to work together. If you choose the options to not shed any blood and get the brothers to forget the fighting and so on and so forth and just work together, that is showing virtue or something else. If you do the tournament and you play it through, that is showing honor. If you choose to fight the knight from Rivia, that is also showing honor and loyalty or whatever. If you choose to fight the other knight from Tully, he gets killed later on. That's also showing honor. So that is how you get the Arendites. Now, if you did side with one of Croc's children, and then one of Croc's, and then Helmar comes and helps you at the Battle of Kaer Morhen, you get given the sword, Winter's Blade. Now, before you start a new game plus, I suggest that you always have the sword on you. You don't have to have it equipped, just on you. And same for the sword. When you start a new game plus after the opening credits and so on and so forth, and you start in White Orchard, these swords get duplicated and then scaled up to whatever level you're on. In my case, because I was starting at a level 100, one was at level 99, the other was at level 98. This sword is one of 3 swords that have the instant kill perk on it. There's only 3 swords that give you this perk. It is the I'll show you which ones it is. The only 3 swords that give you the instant kill perk is the sword. Now, this sword is also the only sword that you can essentially have every single critical effect. I'll explain it later on. As you can see, you've got burn-in, you've got stun, you've got stagger, you've got instant kill, and then you've got dismember. So on its three sockets, if you put bleeding, poison, and freeze on it, all the perks, I'll explain it later on when I actually show it, all the perks in the sword section would be filled. So there's the sword, then there's the sword. As you can see, it has instant kill on. Now, if you're trying to get the trophy or achievement where you want to have the enemy suffer from freezing, from bleeding, poison, and burning all at the same time, you can put 4 free burning onto this and the sword, and it will it'll be one of the swords that you can get that trophy. The other one to get would be this one. You just have to apply free 5% poison to this one. So there's that. So yeah, way to get the sword. It's actually in a cave. Now the cave is this cave right here. So you've got it. You have to go here. There's normally 2 people waiting here that give you a quest. If you help them and they survive, there's a chest in here that will have the sword. Now, what you need to do before opening the chest is make a manual save and then open it. If it's not at a level you want, you can just reload the manual save until it's a level that you want. So there's that. Now, to prove to actually show what happens is I will load okay, I can't exactly load that one, but I'll load this one.
The curse that held Uma proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Now, this game I started at New Game Plus at level 100. As you probably can see, every single quest is at level 100. Now, what I'm just going to do to show you guys, hope that quest doesn't fail.
The curse that held Uma proved hard to lift, but Yennefer and the Witchers managed to do it. The ugliest man alive revealed himself to be not man, but elf, and an elven sage at that. Avalach, for this was his name, was the elven mage who had helped Ciri flee the hunt, then hidden her away on the Isle of Mists.
Now, what I've done in this game is I haven't done any of the Hearts of Stone quests just yet, because this armor is at this armor you can pick it up at level 100, but it is not as good as the Viper gear. So what I wanted to do in this run is I wanted to get this gear before I got the Viper, legendary Viper gear, is I wanted to play with it, just so you get a rough idea on how this is the Mastercrafted legendary woven. See how much better it is than the Mastercrafted. Anyway, going to what I was saying. See that sword? That's the Winter's Blade that I started the game with. See how it's at level 23. See this one? This is Blade of the Blitz. I started the game with this as well. Notice how this Blade of the Blitz is 97. That one got duplicated to that one. Okay? See how this one is level 23. See? That is level 99. So yeah, that's why you want those sorts on you when you start the New Game Plus. So I hope this long video has helped you guys all out, and if you've stayed on till this long, well, thank you. And just to show you my build at the moment, And one of the advantages about starting a New Game Plus at level 100 is throughout the game there's about 30 or so places of power. So you get another 30 ability points. Then, when you fight Emerith on top of Bald Mountain and you pick up the acorn, you consume the acorn, you get another 2 ability points from eating that. Then, when you go to Land of a Thousand Fables, if you eat the egg that the goose lays for you after saving the goose, you get another ability point. So there's that. Thank you for watching the video, and enjoy the rest of your day.